Hello, hello, hello. This is Black Mermaid. How you guys doing? Um, hmm. I wish I had something for my hair. Okay, so let's see. We could talk about Rachel, Meghan Markle, and Prince Harry, and how everything is going for them. Yeah. Let's see. Let's talk. So, as you guys know, there's a lot of shit going on. And I do mean a lot. You know. And, if you guys can, reel in some questions. Okay? Let's see. It's been a while. Okay, so let me go ahead and do my research and pick out a topic for us. So those you guys who have heard, there is a meeting regarding the aliens. I just don't know what to talk about. If you guys would like a reading, please make sure you put a donation in. Shit, I haven't done anything in a while. Let me see. Should I do a reading? Should I pick a topic? Oh. Well, I guess we could talk about Harry. So, let's see. How's his mentality? We can talk about that. Hello, how are you doing? You can go on ahead and just pick out a topic for me to do a reading on. I'm trying to figure out. Let me see. What app should I use? What app should I use? in between and vice versa. Let me see. And here we go. Okay, so let us talk about Harry. What's going on with Harry? What is going on with the guy? Here's the before. Here is the after. Right before I got rid of my video, I said I wanted to talk to you guys about something. And I still do. So, for those of you guys who don't know, I will be using the before and the after tarot and the tarot in between and the vice versa. Should I use the Arthurian deck? Let's make sure you guys send some likes. I want to use this book though. Alright. Interesting. Okay. I would use the oppositions deck. I would use the what is that? Oppositions tarot, as well as the probably need to look for that one. Oh, alright. Let me see. Gather all thoughts, tuning in, and to connect. Unfortunately, yeah. That's as far as I can go with this one. Yeah. Well, I feel better. Okay. Time to get to work. Get to work. Alright, Father God and Mother Goddess and Father God, first, Mother Goddess, because God knows you're the mother. You are the mother of us all. And can't nobody give us life the way you can. All right, y'all. I'm gonna see. I'm gonna dive in and see. Now, we're gonna talk about Harry. There's a lot going on, right? With Harry and Meghan and just so many things that's being said and done. Right? I would love to give you guys a link down below, but I'm actually live streaming everything, so you're not gonna get too much, I don't think. I need you guys to kind of hook me up and tell me what you guys like for me to do a reading on. I don't care if it's your favorite celebrity. I just want to get to know you guys, because I've been trying to connect with you guys, and I've been trying to look into your channels and see what it is that you guys are interested in, and I can't fathom anything. Some of you guys just created your channel probably to watch other people's work, and that's fine, but it would be nice to kind of know what you guys are interested in. So if you guys are interested in celebrity readings, cool. I'm going to see if I can do a poll vote for you guys, so you guys can pick which topic, which theme, or which subject reading you would like for me to do. Even go as far as to I hope to get a laptop so I can at least watch some of the videos and do some readings on those videos. And we can go ahead and do that. If you guys are into paranormal, extraterrestrial, okay, cool. Let me know, right? But yeah, I'm totally into those things, so I don't mind. So, yeah. So for you guys, in regards to Harry and Meghan, I'm going to use the before and after tarot deck. I will be using the in-between deck. I have my vice versa book so that you guys can have the vice versa reading as well. And I got the oppositions deck, and I'm trying to see if I can find my Revelations Tarot. So this video is probably going to be long, so we don't have to worry about that. But I got a lot of stuff going on, trying to clean up my crib, and unfortunately there's just so little space, so very little space right now. There we go. And go ahead, put this over here. Change of cloth, change of everything. Okay, okay, well, let's get started. And I'll bring out the other decks later. Okay? So, Mother Goddess and Father God, I, Black Mermaid Oracle, come to you and seek of the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. I ask that you open my heart, my mind, my body, my soul, and spirit, so I may channel and receive your divine message with acceptance, acknowledgement, and appreciation. Okay, Mother Goddess and Father God, my subscribers, and I would like to know what's going on with Harry and Meghan. Very innocent reading. I would like to use an oracle deck, but I'll save that for another time. So, we're going to talk about before. We're going to talk about Harry and Meghan's relationship before and now. So it's basically 5 years ago. So my guys about that, please give us the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth about the relationship of Harry and Meghan. And three cards. Got my little crystal ball. Let me put this over here too. I might want to keep the crystal ball for the energy. No? Well, actually no. This is, you can barely see what's going on. There we go. And let me see. Oh, there's so much going on here. Oh, let me see. Yeah, there's a lot going on. Oh, right, the damn boxes. Oh, whatever. Okay, well, just use this. Okay, so we got the Chariot, we got the Hermit. So this is very interesting. Very, very interesting. Ace of Cups. I gotta get one of those trimmers. Okay, so 4 cards. Okay, so we got some major arcana cards coming out. So this is the energy in the making. Oh, Jesus Christ. So I have shuffled it, but none of these cards are in reverse. So I'm going to read them upright. So we got the Hermit. We got the number 9 card, right? So for this energy, Meghan has been accumulating, collecting, and picking out which star to use to illuminate her path. Something tells me she just doesn't have a light of her own. And this is the reason why she does what she does with the celebrities, as well as how she gets to use her relationship with her family and with Harry. We all know that she's not quite as talented as she would like for herself to believe. We also know that she just doesn't shine her own light. She doesn't know her worth. She doesn't know what she can do. She's trying to pursue something that is not preordained for her to do. Now, how can she approach this? How can she approach this, right? We're talking about a woman who doesn't have many talents, doesn't have any gifts. If she did, she wouldn't have the need to use people. And this is where the Chariot card comes into play. She needs people to do everything for her, to hold her around, carry her weight, and not just their own. Like, these people are just chilling, minding their own business, and here she is within the Chariot, getting ready to have people haul her ass all over the place. And this is not looking too good, because this is implying that she cannot carry her own weight. And not just carry her own weight, but she can't have the type of control that is required for her to have in order for her to do the things that she does. It's not, being an actress is not some easy feat. You have to be in tune with your emotions. You have to be able to connect with your characters, channel into your characters. And not only that, but you have to know your lines. You have to be relatable. You have to be able to just conjure up your character and be able to kind of like allow your what's the term, the best term to describe this, to allow your subjects, your fans, to connect with you. You have to be really, well, not to connect with you, but to connect with the creator that you're conjuring. You have to be able to do that. You have to be able to gravitate, to pull people's attention. And if you can't do that, if you can't get people to empathize with you, if you can't get people to sympathize with you, if you can't get people to feel apathetic towards you, if you can't manage to get people to like you as a hero, or to not like you as a villain, or to even like you as a villain but not like you as a hero, there are so many ways you can actually handle being a hero and or a villain. So therefore, you tapping into your character is vitally important. And Megan just doesn't have that capacity to in tune, connect, channel into her character and help them come to life. A lot of people think a lot of people don't think that this is something that this is something that's hard to do. It's very related to channeling. For those of you guys who are on a more metaphysical, spiritual path, for those of you guys who know what it means to reincarnate, to conjure, to create, to channel into, to tune into, you know, a lot of you guys know that channeling into a spirit is just like channeling into your character's design. And a lot of actors and actresses don't really see it for what it is. And it's almost like they're tuning into a spirit, channeling into a spirit, and trying to give them, not give them, but to help bring them to life, to help give them that feeling that you can not relate to, but it's almost like this. Channeling into spirits and channeling into a character are the exact same thing. They start off as an idea and they move into something surreal. Some people, that's why a lot of people actually love being an actor. Some people, I think, some actors are quite able to channel into spirits. And some of them may not be. Some of them kind of differentiate the two from one another, but they are the exact same thing, except the difference is one is fiction or it's either fiction or they are a documentary. You know, like Martin Luther King, when it came to Denzel Washington. There we go. Denzel Washington channeling into Martin Luther King. That's channeling into spirit, that's connecting with the spirit, and that's allowing the spirit to quite literally come forth and tell their own story. Now, fiction is just you creating a fictional character tapping into that fictional character and actually being able to bring it to life. Now, when you don't have the capacity to do this, you don't technically have the capacity to be an actor or a actress. The coolest thing about being bipolar, which I am, is just there's a lot of learning about this that we have to take initiative of. The thing about being bipolar is that you can tune into your emotions, connect with your emotions. You can use your traumas to allow you to allow yourself to cry just right on cue. A lot of fictional characters, even like documentary or documentorial characters, document documentorial. I'm just gonna go with it and say documentorial characters. They the thing about them is that they are people, and depending on the story and how it's been and how it progresses, and depending on the character and how things are being processed, you know, being bipolar allows you to tap into their emotions. Just like being a channeler allows you to channel into the characteristics of the people that you're trying to bring forth and conjure up and bring to life. It's almost like storytelling, just not through the mouth of the person that actually went through the storyline. Megan just doesn't have the capacity to do that. You can empathize with her. You can't really be like, you can't really connect to her. Her character is soulless, is baseless, foundationless. Megan is just, that's why she uses the people that she uses. She sees this and she knows this, but for some reason she's still trying to be an actress. And it's like you didn't do well as an actress, and now you are a human being portraying herself to act in a situation that's kind of like not acting. And I say that because at the end of the day, it's very easy to be yourself. It's very easy to be human. But what isn't easy is portraying yourself as a character or a person that either doesn't exist or that has deceased and no longer exists. And that is why you can see that Megan, she needs other people's starlight to illuminate her path. This is not an easy feat to accept nor to ignore, but it is very easy to acknowledge. And I say this because this is a problem where you're puppeteering rather than actually being the puppet itself. And that's the character though. You have to be the puppet. You have to learn how to be the puppet. How are you going to be able to understand Pinocchio if you can't tap into Pinocchio? Oh my gosh, I'm a real boy. Oh my gosh, I started off as a wooden puppet. Geppetto, why he just has to create a puppet, and why does that puppet have to go through this long journey where he can't help himself but lie all the time, and where you can actually tell that he's lying because his nose gets long, right? Then you gotta tap into the fact, why are you lying about certain things? It's voice acting even. You gotta be able to tap into your character, and it's just like, for you to do that, you just gotta be able to find your own light, find your own path. And Megan is just not there. Next we got the Chariot. Obviously, like I said, she's not trying to carry her own weight. She expects everybody to carry her weight for her. mainly because she doesn't have the capacity to be an actress. But instead of pursuing something that she was preordained to do, that is a part of her calling, she is actually doing something that she's not designed to do, which is to act. And then what's worse is that she's trying to act as a actual human being, which means that she's trying to be a human being. And it's kind of like, why? When you already are a human being, we already know we're flawed. We already know we're not perfect. But the thing is that some of us are willing to keep trying, and some of us are willing to give up and stop trying. But the thing is that who we are is based off of the decisions that we make, the path that we choose, and it's based off of who we want to be in the long run towards the future, right? But there's a lot of control or lack thereof when you're trying to obtain a life that's not yours to obtain nor to control, let alone maintain. So here she is, like the Hermit, the Chariot. She gets the Ace of Cups here, and it's just like she's always turning on that water faucet all the time. She's so full of emotions that it's really hard for her to grasp what is the truth and what is not. She mixes fantasy with she mixes fiction and fantasy with reality. And there's a reason why it's so easy for me to blame her family, because you can't go that route just on your own. Somebody would have had to have told you that you would have been a great actress, and they were lying to you. It's very unfortunate. It's just like the story where her father quite literally just, miraculously enough, sent her letter to Bill Clinton's wife. And not only that, but he's the reason why she even got a letter from Hillary Clinton. And with that in mind, it's kind of like, well, okay, I can see where you're mentally at now, because now I can see that you know that you don't have the capacity to be an actress. So therefore, you rely quite heavily on other people's blessings, skills, and even talents, and even connections and networking system to help you get to where you want to go. You would have to acknowledge that you are a complete failure as an actress in order to get there, right? But when Meghan Markle was 11, and you guys know this story, she was able to get Hillary Clinton and the other people of this Dawn commercial, I guess, into sending her a letter. And she's just like, she automatically thought that she just had all the power in the world. And it was like, no, sweetheart, it was a lot of other kids or other adults who probably had the exact same issue with the commercial. And not only that, but your father is the lighting director of Married with Children. So as an 11-year-old, you don't have that kind of influence. You don't have that kind of power. At some point, you would have had to see that and say, okay, well, if I don't have that, then what do I have? She wants to be a politician all of a sudden. But her emotions are just always fluctuating. And not only that, but it's just always overflowing, and it's just kind of like nonstop. This is where she's supposed to have a filter. I don't know who that is. This is why you're supposed to have a filter, but your filter may be broken or damaged, and therefore, your water faucet is just running just seamlessly, if I can say that. Very unfortunate, because now her emotions are tied into her getting whatever she wants as a narcissist, right? You got a fish coming out of here, and it's just like, she's trying to create. She's trying to be something that she's not. She's not a witch. She's not a wizard. She's not a sorceress. She's not an enchantress. She's not a channeler. She's not anything. She is so like, I want to say out of this world, but not out of flattery. When I say she's out of this world, I quite literally mean she's just out of her mind, out of this world. Because here is a woman who probably has never been told no. Here is a woman who doesn't know her boundaries, her limitations. But what's worse is that it's not about her limitations and her boundaries. It's about her limitations and boundaries towards other people. Okay? She wants to be this person. She wants to be the magician. She wants to be, but she's not there. Like I said, we got the Hermit, and that's the first card. Then we got the Chariot, which is all about control, right? Self-control or control over others. We got the two Sphinx right here, right? Black and white. She's gray. She's biracial, right? We can compare her to a white woman. We can compare her to a black woman. We can compare her to another biracial, half black and half white woman. And when I say that out of her acting skills. If you ever want to compare yourself to anybody and say, I am the star, and you're not, it's like this. Are you really? When you're not Zendaya, when you're not Angelina Jolie, when you're not even Queen Latifah. You know, Queen Latifah was supposed to be butch, lesbian, but she plays a straight woman, especially a girly straight woman, very well. I was quite surprised discovering that she was straight, that she was actually a lesbian, quite honestly. You know, she played her characters quite well. If you ever get a chance, just watch a lot of her movies and her TV series. Living Single or Living Color, I think it was. Then we go into the one movie where she finds out that she might die somewhere across the line. So she was like, well, if I'm going to die tomorrow or next week, how would I like to live my life? Well, she lived her life to the absolute fullest until she found out that she wasn't really going to die. For those of you guys who've seen it, I'm not spoiling anything. For those of you guys who haven't seen it, you guys really need to see it. It's a really good movie. It kind of gets me like wondering about how I would like to live my life. Like if I was to die tomorrow, you know, it's like I want to live my life to the absolute fullest. I would want to go and do things that I wanted to really, really do. Had I had the time for it, had I thought about it, had I not wasted my lifespan assuming that I have to get from point A to point B and go through all the process of it instead of just living in the moment. It's amazing what you get to do when your time is clocking out, basically. It's, you know, It's amazing where you can go and what you can do when you know your time is running out. She got into bungee jumping. She went to a whole nother place. I don't know if it was another country, but she went to this very expensive hotel and, you know, got the best clothes. And she was just a retailer, you know. And that was a really good movie for those of you guys who, like, maybe on the exact same situation or not, you know. All it's about is not taking your life for granted and live to each and every moment like it's your last to the absolute fullest. Which is why I love the movie, and which is why I really want to live my life to the absolute fullest. However I can, you know. I wish my brain wasn't running all day, every day, especially when there's no reason for it to run. I would like to enjoy my life. But I'm always analyzing my situation, and then it's like, oh, what if the worst thing happens? And then you're stuck. Then you can't make any decisions. Then you can't live your life. Then you can't be happy. Then you won't feel fulfilled, and then you won't feel content because now you're stuck. And now I'm using the After Tarot. And I got the Ace of Wands in reverse. It jumped out and became and reversed itself. I got the King of Wands. I got the Eight of Swords. And then I got the Ten of Cups. So, Ace of Wands is the beginning of a new life. New ventures, new career opportunities, new blessings, new journeys, creative ideas, okay? But this is blocked. And this is the beginning of everything. So it's clearly indicating that Megan is like quite literally just simply blocked. She's just that writer's block that everybody gets and they hate it because then that means they gotta go somewhere far away in seclusion and, you know, and just be like, I gotta unthaw, I gotta get moving, I gotta get my mind running. Why is it stuck? What kind of ideas can I apply to my writing for my storytelling? This is the Ace of Wands, which is indicating that she's not capable of being creative. She can't improvise to save her life. And this is right underneath the Hermit card, which is why, you guys, she is so heavily reliant on other people's stardom. She's not relying on her own. Had she found her path, and had she been listening to God, maybe she would have found her path, but she wasn't. We got the King of Wands upright, right underneath the Chariot, control freak, right? That's what the Chariot represents, being in control, staying in control, people, yourself, life. But the thing is, life happens. And when people say life, they're not saying death. They're just saying like, no, trials and errors, a roller coaster ride. You know, life sounds positive until you realize that the only time where you get to deal with negative things in life is when you're alive. But when you're dead, or when you have transformed yourself internally, mentally, emotionally, physically, spiritually, externally, just going through a metamorphosis, maybe she would have gone somewhere. Maybe everybody would have gone somewhere. She wants to be the King of Wands. She wants to create. She wants to be passionate about what she's creating. But like I said, she doesn't know what she wants. Not only that, but she doesn't know her actual chosen path. Chosen path is not by her choice. It's by the spirit realm's choice. Had she been listening, she would know which direction she was really supposed to go. If it's not working out for you in acting, get over it, grow up, and go and find something else. But that's not what she was trying to do. So now she's trying to create project after project after project. Now, had I actually shuffled these and made sure that they were all in reverse, this card could have been in reverse. And that would have described you exactly what she's going through. Her writer's block. She cannot write worth a damn. That's why during her podcasts, she was just kind of like letting other people do the work for her as she took credit. And some people are allowed to do that, but that's after they have gotten to where they wanted to go. And some of those people feel like if they had to struggle, then you gotta struggle too. And the thing about Megan is that she doesn't want to struggle for half the things that she wants. Struggling is not her gift, but it's not really about gift as much as it is, it's not her forte. Being told no, being rejected, not her cup of tea. And from my experience, it doesn't feel so good, but it does make you immune to it as time progresses. But Megan is a fire sign. They do not, air and fire, they do not like to be told no. They do not. They want what they want, especially with that masculine energy. Fire and air, as subtle it may be, as caressing it may be, as warming and consuming and indulgent as it may be, it does have its moments of getting out of control. And that's when you gotta start worrying. Because fire, when they get out of control, you gotta douse it with some water. Air, you just gotta let air be air. You know, freedom of thought, freedom of communication. But you gotta think before you speak, and you gotta think before you act, and not everybody can do that. And Megan specifically, because she doesn't have a filter off, she definitely doesn't do that. She doesn't do that. She's an emotional investment. But she is taxing, she's overwhelming, she is self-consuming, she's horrifyingly indulgent. She cannot turn herself off and say, let me get stuck and let me figure out what it is that I need to do. Truly, that is in my calling. What am I being called to do? What do I want to do? What is my actual passion? She wants the easy way. She doesn't want the hard way, which is why we get the Eight of Swords. And this is the after tarot too. We can't forget that. So this means that Megan was hell-bent on being rescued by every single person. She relies on people's generosity, hospitality, kindness. Not too many people are kind, but I mean, what person is in this world, right? Some people are genuinely kind, but we're living in a world where it's either eat or get eaten, kill or be killed. And not everybody can afford the latter, basically. So she just got rescued. She got rescued by her father. She got rescued by her mother. She got rescued by, I don't know about her relationship with her siblings. I don't know. But she gets rescued every time she gets married. And she gets rescued every time someone shows her hospitality and kindness. Even Tyler Perry, again, rescued Megan, rescued Harry. But let's keep it 100. Who was he really rescuing? Megan or Harry, or both? Now, see, Megan is used to being rescued. Harry is just used to people doing everything for him, right? Tyler Perry was just being kind. And because of that kindness, Meghan and Harry took advantage of him and decided to alter his whole entire home to benefit their desires. Not even a need. Did they even ask him if they can alter his home? You know? And it was like, it was in one of these news articles where Tyler Perry was like, I've never had anybody fly a drone over my house since I moved into it. And all of a sudden, Meghan and Harry, I invite them into staying in my home for a while. And next thing you know, in comes a drone. And then in comes this big old fence surrounding my backyard. Why? Y'all don't even use it. Like I said, either they're used to being rescued or they're used to people doing things for them. It's not a good look either way. Then we got the Ten of Cups. Emotional fulfillment, yes, but this is, if we can say that it's the Ten of Pentacles, that's where this energy will be leaning towards. This is happiness after getting everything that you wanted in and out of life. But it ain't looking so good though. It ain't looking so good, y'all. Meghan and Harry want a happy life, but they gotta pay the price for that, and they don't want to pay the price for that. So how does that work? When you and your partner are basically parasites. You do unto others what they have not been doing unto you. And if the shoe was on the other foot and I was in her place, people would not be as nice to me as they are to her. I'm just stating facts. And the fact that she's got all these people coming to her rescue like all the time, and yet for some reason she can't keep a relationship, not even if her life did depend upon it, it's kind of like bothersome. It's like, are you okay? As in her interview in South Africa, it's like nobody asked me if I was okay. She tried to shed a tear, right? But how are you going to shed a tear if you don't even know how to cry? Meghan doesn't know how to shed a tear. Not even to save her own life. What's worse about the situation, y'all, is that she stooped so low, so incredibly low. I knew she was low, but I didn't think she would be that low. Remember when she was talking about having a miscarriage? Yeah, I was just like, don't do it, don't do it, don't do it, don't do it. As soon as I heard about it, I was like, girl, don't do it, don't do it, don't do it. I know you're crazy, but you ain't gotta be that crazy. You know? But she went and did it. She went and told the whole entire world that she had a miscarriage. And come to find out, everything she said was according to some play, some book, some movie that she, or TV show that she was watching. You know, it's okay to be a fantasy person as long as you can differentiate between fantasy from reality. Fantasy is supposed to be fiction. Fiction is supposed to be a gateway portal to escaping reality, you know, or even pessimism. Like maybe you're not as in tune with reality as you want to be. Maybe you're a pessimistic person and you used to be an optimistic person, or maybe you're just pointlessly optimistic, but you just don't really want to acknowledge the truth, acknowledge the facts. And then you gotta look at yourself and be like, okay, well, why am I having such trouble accepting this harsh, cruel reality? Or maybe it's not a harsh, cruel reality. Maybe you're just like, why would anybody love me? You know, some people do run into that. It's not their fault. Some people grew up unloved, you know. Now I'm going to use the in-between deck. I already stated everything. She uses the light of others to illuminate her path, to help her find her own way in life. She doesn't illuminate her own path. She doesn't use her own star. Control. She has to be in control of everything. And even when people don't want to do something, she's like, you better do it or you're going to be out of a job. You know, and then there goes to the fact that, you know, that's Chariot. I forgot what it was. Cancer? Or was that the Moon part? I forgot. But either way, this girl. So we got the in-between, we got Strength and Hermit. Right? If only there was a Strength card in here, but no. That would have been nice. But what this is indicating is that I was right. A path that only she can embark on. The path that only she can take. She needs strength to go down that path. But it's just as I said before, she relies quite heavily on people saving her because that's what she's used to. She relies quite heavily on people's generosity and hospitality because that's all she's used to. She's never been told no. And what's worse is that she's using somebody else's light to pave the way. She's not using her own light. Okay? She's not using her light to embark on a journey that only she can take on, face, deal with. Very unfortunate, very unfortunate. This card is smack dab in between the Chariot and the Hermit. Now we got the Six of Cups. And this is the transition of the Six of Cups becoming the Seven of Cups. I want to turn off my damn fan. My allergies are kicking in, and every time my allergies kick in, I get sleepy as hell. So the Six of Cups is becoming the Seven of Cups. Very interesting. Because what this is indicating is that this stemmed from her childhood and leaked itself into her adulthood. And that's how it affected her capacity to make a decision. She's not good with her emotions either. The Chariot, I forgot to state this, but the Chariot is quite literally facing away the Ace of Cups. But yeah, it's not. I'm gonna get me some coffee. You know what? No, let me turn that damn fan off. I'll be right back. Y'all better not go anywhere. Never mind. I thought about it, but then I realized it was just going to turn off the damn light off. And I don't know if y'all was going to be like, I can't see y'all all of a sudden. What happened? You know, I don't want y'all to think there was a blackout. There's no blackouts. But it is hot as hell here in Texas though, y'all. Oh my God, for those of y'all who are here in Texas, it is hot as a motherfucker. That's why the fan is on and the air conditioner on and I'm like sniffling and shit. I got on a dress and I got this sweater on because I didn't want the cold to affect me because I do get put to sleep too damn easily under the cold or the heat either way, you know. But yeah, this did in fact affect her future, her childhood of always being rescued. I don't even know if she asked to be rescued, but she's rescued a lot. She never had to deal with the repercussions of her own actions, y'all. And this Six of Cups that transitions into the Seven of Cups is smack that in between the Chariot and the Ace of Cups. Oh shit. It's like triple dishes out here. For the last few days, it was like 102 degrees, then it went up to 103, and I think today it might be 104. But like it gets that hot too damn easily, which is why I got my get up on. You know, it's yeah. So the bridge between the Ace of Cups and the Magician is the Seven of Wands. The Seven of Wands transitions into the Eight of Wands. Right? So what this is, so we all know Seven of Wands, self-defense, protect what's yours, right? Guard duty, yada yada yada. Then the Eight of Wands is all about travel. It's all about fast speed, messages coming your way, emails, texts, even like airmail, you know, and it's just kind of like it comes to you. It comes to you. So what this is actually indicating is the fact that Megan, and probably Harry, well, no, definitely Harry. Megan and Harry are very quick to defend themselves. Very quick. We all know this because of the court, you know, court battles. Hold up. Good, I turned it off. Yeah, very quick to defend themselves. Very quick. And if you look into this right here, they're basically trying to run away. They're trying to run away from danger. They're trying to run away from self-accountability even. And it's just like, that's not looking good. So because this is in between the Ace of Cups and the Magician, what this is indicating is that not only are they quick to defend themselves, but they are very quick to over-emotionalize their actions and everybody else's. They don't think before they actually act. They just act. And that's something, I'm letting you guys know, this is something that only a fire sign would do. Or an air sign. They are very quick to make a decision before thinking about it. And we all know what the Virgo is supposed to be. And Harry is supposed to be a Virgo. But he's not moving nor thinking like a Virgo. He's not analyzing the situation. If he is, it's solely due to the fact that Megan just staged this disgusting facade of a speed chase. And that's probably where he's starting to analyze a lot of things from 5 years ago till now. He's realizing that something isn't right. It's very unfortunate, but not all men are smart. Not all of them. Harry's quick to defend Megan. And that's probably why she got with him too. Probably one of her family members spoke a lot about it, you know, and we all know Harry's like, I regret that I couldn't defend my mother. I regret that I couldn't save her. I regret, I regret, I regret. Okay, slow your roll, Harry. We hear you. We hear you. But, my nigga, you starting this weird ass shit with Meghan Markle though. You say that you regret the fact that your mother wasn't saved. But here you are supporting a woman. I don't know if it's because his parents were in an unhealthy relationship, but a lot of times, y'all, whether we want to acknowledge this or not, future generations who comes from unhealthy marriages, we want to have a healthy relationship. But because we come from broken homes, some of us, you know, it's very easy to get deterred or to be led astray when we want a relationship that will outlast our parents. We try to do better than them, make better choices. But like I said, broken home, broken marriage, broken kids. And unfortunately, Harry is the epitome of a broken home, broken marriage, as a broken child. He gets with a broken woman who breaks people all the time, right? She's always protected. She's always defended. She never has to pay for her accountabilities. And here she gets a man who regrets what has happened to his mother, even though it was completely out of his control. And she plays with it. She plays with it, and he's just now seeing it only due to the fact that she staged a paparazzi chase. So now we get to hear about him moving out of the house. Not even moving, but like going to the hotel. A lot of us been saying, oh, they're not gonna last more than 3 years. Less than 7 years for sure. You know, we've been saying that. We've been saying that for quite a long while now. It's starting to make sense for Harry that the relationship that he's in, he helped create it by enabling Meghan from dealing with the repercussions of her actions. Look at how he always has her back, but for some reason, somehow, she's never had his. He does the Megxit speech, right? And says it was all his decision. How much of that is true and how much of it isn't? We can go ahead and say, okay, 50%. You are a grown-ass man, Harry. We can't be like, oh, he could never do that. A lot of people held steadfast with you, but 5 years has passed by now, and you still haven't changed shit. You're blaming your whole entire family. And I'm going to keep it real with y'all. As the mother of an heir and the spare heir, I truly do believe that Diana should have had protection even after the divorce. Now, I may not like it, but like I said, the mother of the spare heir and the heir, she is the mother of 2 future kings. 2. If the royal family said it and were willing to, they could have had Harry quite literally on his own land. I mean, clearly William is the King of Scotland, you know, but who can actually maintain 2 countries? William could have had Harry take his stead in Scotland and fill in for him. Honestly, there's so many ways you can handle, like, royalty, you know? And I'm thinking, like, instead of putting all of the weight of the kingdoms on William, they could have said, hey, maybe we should include Harry into this. Maybe we shouldn't be playing favoritism, classism, the status quo shit that hasn't ended as of yet. You know, maybe that's not a bad idea. Maybe if they just say, hey, maybe he might need a break. I mean, he is dealing with the paparazzi quite a lot. Maybe he needs a break. Send him off to America, send him off to Scotland, send him off somewhere, but at least he would have a break. The military was a bad idea. Very bad idea. And I only say this mainly due to the fact that this dude quite literally learned a little bit of self-discipline, but not enough. And not only that, but he was still protected. So he didn't get the full self-disciplinarian system installed into him. Not only that, shit was still too damn easy for him. Not only that, he just self-proclaimed that he got PSTD just from his mother getting into a car accident and having the paparazzi take pictures of her. And he's been having PTSD, which clearly states that even during the time where he attacked that paparazzi, if you guys can go far back, during his youth, remember that paparazzi that invaded his face and was like, hey, Harry, let me take your pictures, all up in his face. And Harry quite literally socked him in the face, and his camera to boot. That should have been a clear sign that something was wrong. Yeah, therapy was a good idea, but so it's giving someone space. And because Harry has this mental disability or this mental illness or whatever we want to call it, it would have just made sense just to give him a fucking break from all of the royal shit that he was going with. Share responsibility with William. There's nothing wrong with that. You know? He could have been a substitute. When William is sick, who gets to have his back? Little bro. That wouldn't have been a problem. Split responsibilities. That's really not a problem. It's just when you enforce somebody to take on the amount of responsibility that William is taking on. Switching responsibilities is a bad idea because not everybody can withhold that kind of momentum of responsibility. He is responsible for not just one country, but two. He is not just responsible for England's life, he's also responsible for Scotland's life. So if there was to have been a war, he can, if he wants to, say, England, Scotland, I need your help. Have my back in this war. And these days, royal families don't really get into battles like that anymore. They used to. Africa did a lot more of it, but even England had some of it. If you guys look into King Arthur, he did it. He was the sovereign of England during that time, and it wasn't really called England during those times. It was called something else. But even then, he had shared his responsibilities. Yeah, he was a king, but he was also a leader of the Round Table. Okay, cool. But he also had some other people to support him through the process of being a king. He even had Merlin to guide him. What did Harry have? Besides being told what to do. And like I said, he was doomed the moment he wasn't given any space. He was doomed the very moment that his mom died, basically. Not saying that not everybody don't go through that. Everybody goes through that. Not everybody's a royal though, but at the end of the day, it's kind of like this. when you are being treated as a black sheep, you behave like a black sheep. Black sheep will turn out to be a ram more than a black sheep, basically. But still, you can't get mad at a person who's been beaten throughout the majority of their lives for fighting back and defending themselves. And all that to say, like I said, he never stood a chance with Megan. We got the High Priestess turning into the Empress. So this is definitely one of the transitions, okay? Transitional cards. This is in between the Ace of Wands and the King of Wands. So we go back into Megan and her energy. She wants to be seen as the High Priestess. But she wanted to go from someone that's being kept a secret to someone that gets to be seen, somebody that gets to be heard. Like I said, High Priestess transitioning into the Empress. So she wanted to go from night to day, but she wasn't consistent on balance. So she was always like all day or all night, and you just never knew where she was going to be, where she was going to be. I mean, first, Archie's birth was kept hidden, and now we get to be told she went to the hospital night to day. Lilybeth, Lilybeth, apparently born at home too. But then, again, she went to the hospital again, and this is, again, we don't get to hear about it, and it's like, what the hell, Megan? What the hell? You want us to think you have kids, but there are no records of your kids. They don't exist. And then, the way you show your kids off, it's like, of course they don't exist. I said one of them didn't exist, right? Now there's 2 kids who don't exist. Was this a trick? It's a very much so a huge trend. But that's what I mean from night to day, from day to night. Her personality be switching up on us every chance it gets. She's not consistent, If you're going to be night, be night. At least 3 days out of 7, If you're going to be day, then be day. 3 out of 7 days. Pick your poison though, but you're going to have to be consistent about it. It's okay to want to keep your children safe. Nobody is mad about that. But the fact that you can go from having a birth at home towards shipping your kids to a hospital at the very last minute and nobody gets to hear about it, and you expect us to think you got a kid? Then there goes that flip of her script again when she's like, nobody asked me if I was okay. And this was during her South African trip. Everything was all glitz and glamour, and then she just decided to make it about herself at the very last end of her trip. Then we find out, South Africa didn't protect my son from a fire at our house. First of all, why is there a fire at your crib, Maggie? Did you have a babysitter for your son, or like, what's up? First of all, she said it was about a heater. I've never been to South Africa, let alone Africa. But even I know, unless you got a curtain right next to that damn heater, ain't no fucking way in hell your house should be lit on fire. No way. I know what a heater looks like. Trust me, they old school. If that's the heater that she's talking about, But for real, how did that fire get started? Because as far as I'm concerned, I can blame the kid that's supposed to wash her. I can blame the person that's supposed to wash your kid. Or Megan, I can go ahead and blame you. You seem pretty negligent with your kids. Remember the baby that was dangling to the right, and his leg was just like, ugh. And he even looked like he was just a doll, just like, ugh. You know, it's like, yeah, Megan, I wouldn't trust you with a kid. I don't want kids, but even I wouldn't have a kid dangling to the right, far right, like he's a, what is it, a parallel or a horizontal line? It's like, but you want me to expect you to have a kid, and all of a sudden you got a miscarriage, and nobody hears about it until you say something, and now lo and behold, there's a picture of you and Harry on the grass, probably having a fucking picnic, and you're knocked up again. Girl, stick with your script, okay? That's the problem with Megan. She cannot stick to her script at all. This baby has butterflies surrounding it, right? Metamorphosis, changes, getting out of that cocoon. Now we go to the Sun card, which transitions into the Judgment card. And it's just kind of like, you're being called to do something, but for some reason you're not listening. Megan is not the angels in this picture. She's not even the sun. She is this temple that has sunken to the bottom of the water. It looks like an ocean. I don't know. But it sank to the bottom of the damn water, and it's still sticking out like a sore thumb. It's connecting the King of Wands to the Eight of Swords, which makes perfect sense, considering that this temple is underneath the water. So it's being called out. Megan, you're being called out. Okay? It's about time you got called out, because you've been keeping things in the dark. You know, so a lot of the truth that you have been hidden is coming to light. And that's the thing that she did not wrap her mind around, is that when you want to be an empress, you got to live in the day. Everything that you do, everything you see, everything you hear, all of that, it gets called out. Nothing gets to remain hidden once you are the empress. The high priestess, she's hidden, but she's got sacred knowledge. The kind of knowledge that requires for her to be protected. But Megan ran away from that, remember? She ran away from that. She was at first protected by and defended by a lot of the celebrities, even by her family, even by random ass people that didn't even know her. She was always protected. But she wasn't ready to expose her true self. So what did she do? She go to the British royal family. Still remained hidden. None of her secrets came out. They protected her just like they protect everybody else that comes into their family. Right? But what happened? She tried so hard to become the empress. But the empress lives in the fucking day. She doesn't just thrive at night. She's not being kept hidden all the damn time. She has to be seen. She has to be heard. She has to be recognized. She has to be noticed in order for her to be the empress. She can't be the empress if she is kept hidden in the dark. The truth of her is unknown, foreign to everybody else, but here, in broad daylight. Megan's truth, the irony of it, is that she was craving to be the empress so damn much that she didn't realize that she was going to be exposed. There was no way in fucking hell that there weren't going to be people exposing you as the empress. People are going to take pictures of you. People want to know all of your secrets. Even before she became a part of the royal family, the paparazzi, everybody wanted to know who the royal family is, was, or always will be. Everybody wanted to know. But in comes Meghan, exposing all of that shit. All of it. Not only was she protected before she got into the royal family, but she was protected by the royal family once she got in. And now, because she chose to walk away from that safety, from that security, and she decided to say, I don't want you anymore, I don't need you in my life anymore, I got all the accolade and praise I need. She's being exposed. They are no longer protecting her, as is their divine right as a human being and as a child of God, just like we all are. We are all, we can keep our shit a secret, or we can be exposing ourselves, you know, acknowledging when we're not perfect, acknowledging that we're flawed. But do you want to do it in a positive light, or do you want to do that with a negative background story to it? And then it's like, who are you? How are you getting away with this? Why are you getting away with this? And how can I possibly trust you after all of this? You were a secret. Nobody knew who you were. Get into the royal family, people still don't know who you were, who you are. And now that you're out of it, all of your secrets, all of your lies, all of your bullshit is being exposed. Her relationship with the Beckhams. It's just as I said, the truth about her is being unveiled. Not only is it being unveiled, but she's being called out. Not only is she being called out, but she's being exposed. She chose to play that game. She chose to be a part of that game. She chose to keep on running. But she said she wanted to be the Empress, though. And the Empress, everybody wants to know your secret. Even if you don't chirp and gossip all of your secrets, somebody is bound to, and that person is going to be a paparazzi or whatever. Now we got the connection for the Eight of Swords, her being rescued and having a happy family. And that card that connects them both is the Nine of Wands to the Ten of Wands. So here we go again. Meghan being rescued yet again. Who's going to stop rescuing her? Her family? She got issues with them, remember? And they got issues with her. We still don't know the full story of that one either. They still keeping shit from us. I'm sure of it. They don't want to expose everything. They just want to expose certain details. But if you want your so-called shining star to become a fallen star or a shooting star, which is another term for a fallen star, you gotta get out all of that juicy gossip. Purge yourself of it. Okay? Nine of Wands. Nine of Wands. Perseverance. Overcoming all obstacles. Trials and tribulations. Jesus. You're bound to deal with some damage. Trying to make sure that you get out of these situations unscathed. But now you have become a burden. Some other dude right behind Harry is going to save Meghan again. Please stop saving her. She needs to fall. She needs to learn how to live on her own. If I get to live on my own, then so should she. Like, for real, like, just keep it 100 here. How many times are people going to be willing to redeem you, love you unconditionally, even go as far as to say, even going as far as to say, I forgot what I was saying. I just yawned. Now I lost it. Whatever. But, you know, she's a burden. She is a burden. You guys gotta watch Disenchantment. Watch Disenchantment. That's as close to Harry and Meghan's story as you're gonna get. It's phenomenal. I like it. Or at least I picked that up. I'm always picking shit up. Look what they have here. They got this little orb of light. It's keeping them warm. It's keeping them safe. Yeah, for sure. But these two, at some point, somebody's going to receive a lot of damage for all of the rescuing or being rescued, you know. But this is the life of Meghan. She's always being rescued. Always. She doesn't get to learn from her mistakes. She doesn't get to learn from her trials and error. She always has somebody to protect her. And what's worse is that she's got the most protective person in history to back her up. And that's Harry. And that's all because he regrets not being able to protect his own mother. Jesus Christ. Did I do the after tarot too? Probably not. Okay. Oh wait, probably did. Oh, no, never mind. I'm going to use the after tarot. And right along with that after tarot, I'm going to use the vice versa tarot. And I am going to use the opposition deck to determine the relationship of Meghan and Harry. So we got the Death card. We got the Queen of Swords. Got the Eight of Wands. Woo! Five of Wands. Now I'm just going to use the here comes the Empress card again. Two of Wands. Yikes. Pentacles. Three of Wands. Y'all, it's just as I said before. I did not shuffle. Well, I shuffled them, but they're not in upright in reverse positions. They're all in the upright position, but that's okay. That's okay. This girl is delusional. She wants justice, but justice for what? Which I am going to ask that question. She's facing the death card, right? So her sense of justice is quick transformation. Quick transformation. This is what it's supposed to look like from my direction. Because this is the first card. That's the second card. This is the third one. And this is the fourth one. So it's just as I told you guys. Delusional. This is the shit that she started it. Her sense of justice is quickly shifting, transforming every single person she comes into contact with. So there's no more peace. There's quite an obliteration of conflict. I don't know what happened to her, but this chick thinks that the best way to handle her relationships with people before and after she leaves them is to stir up some conflict, even if it's amongst each other. Jesus Christ. And we went from, oh, that's not 5, that's 7. Still don't matter. That's still conflict. That's still conflict, y'all. She's stirring up a fight. She is stirring up a fight. We got the Empress card. This is very unfortunate, but clearly this is indicating that someone is watching from above. And Meghan and Harry's relationship is coming to an end. These two couple right here are planning their next storyline. But the thing is that Harry's going to be dealing with reality alone. Once this relationship is over, Harry's got a lot of making up to do. And he's going to have to start a new journey for himself. A new journey without Meghan. Something in me thinks that this is Diana. And I only say Diana because who else loves her son? And who else could love her son more than she does? She loves William, but she knows that Harry needs her love more. The Empress is represented by Venus, the planet. But Venus is also a goddess, a Roman goddess, and that Roman goddess represents Aphrodite, which is the Greek goddess of love, romance. But just because she's of love and romance doesn't mean she's not a hater. Not only is she a hater, but she also doesn't like it when women are more beautiful than she is. Harry's gonna be sending a word back home regarding his relationship for sure. Like I said, Harry's gonna have a lot of making up to do. A lot of making up. And Aphrodite is married to Hephaestus, who is a blacksmith. And unfortunately for Hephaestus, she's not in love with him. She winds up having an affair with Ares, the god of war, who just so happens to be the Roman god Mars. Yeah, she represents femininity. Yeah, she was also supposed to represent motherhood, but it's just as I said before. Aphrodite and the Greek Roman goddess Venus, they're not as nice as people want for us to think that she is. Now, time for this deck. Okay, the Queen of Swords paired with the Death card. The bridge between them is the Five of Pentacles. Outside in the snow, Harry will be. Going to the back, despair. But the funny thing is that this man is inside the church, not outside. This nigga right here, outside of the church. You see the difference in the color? Cold, dark, stinky, wet, versus warm. They could be brothers, but we don't really know. Warm, dry, bright colors. So, Megan's sense of justice is making people more poor than they already were. The transition between death from the Eight of Wands. We have the Wheel of Fortune. But we got the one with the Sphinx though. We didn't get this guy. We got this. Which is foretelling because at the end of the day, we got Anubis and then we got one of those aliens everybody loves to talk about. You know, the lizard people, the parasites. And the Sphinx is supposed to be the protector of the pyramids. But they protect the pyramids through riddles And I was going to say rhymes, but I think it's just riddles. If you get the right answer, you're good. You can go through. But if you don't, then you don't. So clearly, to go from transformation to quick action without hesitation, to defending one's own self, you gotta solve this riddle. You gotta conjure up some karma, if you will. Or you gotta deal with fate, you know. Karma is fate. Fate is karma. 8 of Wands paired with the 7 of Wands is the 8 of Wands yet again. During broad daylight. At night. So here, cool, calm, collected, serenity. Traveling during the day, receiving messages during the day. If you want to get from point A to point B, from quick travels and receiving information quite effortlessly, to defending one's own self, you gotta be quick. You gotta be quick. Now we got the Moon card, which is interesting because we got the one with the crab versus this chick, which is the lunar eclipse. She is the bridge between the Empress and the 2 of Wands. So we got the moon goddess Selena. We got the crab coming out of its shell. And the crazy thing is that a lot of the creatures from the depths of the ocean, especially 25,000 feet deep, they come out more likely at night than they do at the day. So what does this indicate? Hidden agenda. Subconsciously speaking. Hidden notions that there is trouble. Now we get to pair the 2 of Wands with the Page of Pentacles. 7 of Wands comes right back again. Right along with the Page of Pentacles. Self-defense. By any means necessary. Indicating that Harry is definitely going to have to protect himself at all costs when he winds up getting a divorce from Meghan. Page of Pentacles having to go on its new journey, sending word that they're coming back. You get the 2 of Pentacles right here. Initiating that there is some duality of personalities. Indicating that there is this balance that needs to be accepted, acknowledged. And that you're trying to juggle everything. Maintain balance of everything. This isn't looking so good. There's a ship right behind this dude. This is quite entertaining. This is an entertainment card. See this one? This one's with his back turned. We got the 8, the infinity sigil. So there's some maintenance that needs to be done. Got the 7 of Cups. Choices, but this time you're being blind by your choices. You would have had a good thing coming to you if you had it like this, but this one says that you're being blind by the options and choices that you have placed right before you. You can't make a decision. You can't decide. You can't take more than one cup unless you want to appear to be greedy, selfish, self-absorbed, or just simply, you know, you just can't carry that weight on your back. Three of Swords. Heartbreak, heartache and pain. Heart surgery. There's a lot of disappointment that's going to come from being blind to the opportunities that you have had you chosen to see the blessings that were standing right before you. Megan did not see the blessings that stood right before her. She had ample amount of opportunities to better herself, but she chose not to. We got the Ten of Cups. Now, I don't know if this is the right position because it fell onto the floor. As a matter of fact, I'm just going to put this to the side. But here goes a happy couple, right? There goes a good promise there. Rainbow. You know, good times, good times. Starting a family, probably. But now it's kind of like the lotus flower, the Eight of Cups in the dark. Looks like Venus yet again, except she's standing on a fountain within the lotus blossom, and there are dragons coming out of it. There's the star in the galaxy that kind of makes it look like a butterfly now that I think about it. But Ten of Cups, happy home, unhappiness, or pursuing happiness. Got the King of Cups. Very intuitive, very homey, bubbly, welcoming. He loves caring for others. He's a mixologist, but not only that, but he's also somebody that you can rely upon, if not trust, or you can, if not trust, then rely upon. There's a lion and a eagle at the very back. But see that? I think I might shut this down. I'll give you guys the other part of the reading. This fan and this air conditioner is knocking me the hell out. And I did not have my coffee with me. Alright? So y'all, make a donation to the channel. I'm gonna send you guys my links. Not only that, but also make sure that you guys also help me to remind myself to do the poll thing, so you guys can decide which topic you would like for me to do a reading on. You know, I don't care too much for this channel, so if you guys want me to do some religious readings, political readings, etc., then, you know, make a donation in and I'll clock in and do it, okay? Especially if it's about Rachel, Meghan Markle, and Prince Harry. I'm trying to get paid for all of my work. I got to, you know, y'all wouldn't want, if the shoe was on your foot, y'all wouldn't like it. Okay? So, yeah, so I'm going to introduce you guys to a second reading. Alright? Peace out. Have a beautiful day. And, I don't know. Hopefully it'll cool down over here where I won't need this fan. Or maybe next time I just might get myself a candle and I can just do this in the dark. That way I won't have this thing on. Alright, y'all. Bye.